Alright, for my sweet potato beef skillet, I go ahead and I add 1 pound of beef to my pan. I go ahead and I add 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I just go ahead and I mix that up in the beef mixture really well. And I go ahead and I let that cook for about 5 minutes. Now I go ahead and I take 3 sweet potatoes, which equals about 4 cups. They are smaller sweet potatoes, and I dice them while the beef is cooking. Go ahead and I chop all of my ground beef up now that it's been fully cooked after 5 minutes. And then I go ahead and I put the beef on a plate that has been lined with paper towels, as you can see right here. And then I go ahead and I take a wet paper towel and I wipe out my skillet really well. And I get 1 cup of water and I put it in my pan, and I go ahead and I put the sweet potatoes in my pan, and I put the water on medium to high heat, and then I put my lid on and I allow that to cook for about 5 minutes. Now while that's cooking, I go ahead and I chop up my onion. I only need a 1/2 cup of onions. Now that is all cut up, I go ahead and I take my bell pepper, and I only need about a cup of bell pepper. That's how big that measuring bowl is, and that's about what you get out of 1 whole bell pepper. Now my favorite part, 3 garlic cloves. I go ahead and I dice up 3 of those. And then once my garlic is all cut up, I go ahead and I check on my sweet potato mixture. After about 5 minutes, I add all of my cut up veggies to it. I add a 1/4 cup of water, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I mix it all together. I put the lid on and I let that cook for 5 more minutes. Now I go ahead and I dice up 1 large tomato. Once that's all diced up, I go ahead and I add some olive oil to my sweet potato mix. I mix it all in, and then I put the lid on and I let that cook for 5 more minutes. Now it is time to shred my cheese. I've got about 4 ounces that I need shredded. So I go ahead and I do that now while my sweet potato mixture is cooking. And then once it's done, I go ahead and I put my ground beef in it. I put about 5 ounces of spinach, and then I put the lid on and I let that cook for 6 minutes. Now that is done cooking, after 6 minutes, I go ahead and I put it in my baking dish. And then I go ahead and I add my chopped up tomatoes from earlier and my 4 ounces of shredded cheese. Now this is mozzarella cheese. You can use any cheese that you'd like. If you like cheddar cheese, whatever cheese you prefer. I just so happen to have mozzarella cheese, so that's what I'm going to put on that. And then I put my oven on broil, and I broil this dish for 5 minutes. And this is the finished dish, you guys. This is what it looks like after it's been broiled for 5 minutes. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. If you want me to post more videos like this. Love you guys so much.